Ever wondered how a Dimorphodon, one of our prehistoric pterosaur friends, actually lived and behaved millions of years ago? Well, let's take a step back in time together, to the early Jurassic period, when these fascinating creatures roamed our skies. Dimorphodon, a name that translates to two-formed tooth, was a unique pterosaur, displaying distinct physical characteristics that set it apart from its contemporaries. For instance, it boasted two different types of teeth. The front teeth were sharp and fang-like, perfect for catching fish, while the back teeth were flat, ideal for crushing hard shells. This dual dental arrangement is what gives the Dimorphodon its name. These creatures were not just interesting to look at, but their lifestyle and behaviors were equally intriguing. However, as with many extinct creatures, there are numerous myths and misconceptions about the Dimorphodon. Now that we have a basic understanding of the Dimorphodon, let's dive into some of the myths and misconceptions that surround this fascinating creature. One might think Dimorphodon was a fearsome predator, right? Well, let's examine that. The first myth we're tackling is the notion of the Dimorphodon as a dominant predator. This image of a terrorizing beast soaring through the prehistoric skies is quite thrilling, isn't it? But in reality, the Dimorphodon was far from a fearsome hunter. Despite its sharp teeth and claws, it was rather small, about the size of a modern-day crow. Its jaws were not strong enough to take down large prey. Instead, it's believed that this creature was an opportunistic feeder or perhaps even a scavenger, snacking on insects, small vertebrates, and possibly carrion. The Dimorphodon's large eyes suggest it may have been active during dusk or dawn, capitalizing on times when prey was most vulnerable. Next, let's address the myth of Dimorphodon as a proficient flyer. The creature's wings and its apparent resemblance to modern birds might lead one to believe that it was an agile and efficient flyer. But paleontologists have deduced that the Dimorphodon's flight was more of a controlled glide than powered flight. Its short wings and large head may have made sustained flight difficult, if not impossible. So while it could take to the skies, it was likely more at home in the trees or on the ground. Lastly, there's the myth that Dimorphodon lived in large colonies, much like bats or birds. This idea is often perpetuated by films and media. However, there's no concrete evidence to back up this claim. Fossil records haven't shown any signs of Dimorphodon nesting or living in large groups. Thus, it's likely that the Dimorphodon was a solitary creature, living and hunting alone. As we can see, the Dimorphodon isn't quite the creature some might imagine, but isn't the truth just as fascinating? To wrap things up, let's summarize what we've learned about the Dimorphodon. This prehistoric creature, far from the monstrous image often portrayed, was in fact a small pterosaur with a wingspan of less than 4 feet. It was not a swift, agile flyer, but likely flapped and glided between trees, hunting insects and small vertebrates. The common myth that Dimorphodon was a reptilian bird is far from the truth. It was a member of the Pterosauria, a group separate from both dinosaurs and birds. Its name, meaning two-formed tooth, is derived from its unique dental structure. Another fact often overlooked: understanding the Dimorphodon in its true light, free from misconceptions, is crucial. It helps us appreciate the rich biodiversity of our planet's past and the intricate web of life that has evolved over millions of years. So there you have it, the Dimorphodon, a creature of the past, shrouded in myth, now revealed in its fascinating truth. Until next time, keep exploring the amazing world of paleontology.